talked, tick, talked, tick, talked, tick, talked, tick, talked towards another day, and he guzzling your fuel when in seconds you would be in a state of intoxication, possessed by the liquefied demons, and doors like in the wild west flicks would flung open, and soon she would become his target, and like an African drum he beat her. He pounded her rhythmlessly over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until her skin broke out into a bloody spill, tears eroding her cheeks.
I might not know you, but I feel you, and I want to say that I'm proud of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for bringing your energy into this healing space.
I am a victim of gender-based violence, and I have been through a very long and hard journey over the last 2 years. My ex-husband started physically, emotionally, psychologically abusing me a year into our marriage. And it came to a point where I was pregnant with my 5-year-old, and he took a kitchen knife out for me, and he wanted to open up my stomach and remove my baby. And I ran for my life that night, and I drove as fast as I could to my mom's house. And from there, the abuse never stopped. I kept going back to him because he always promised that he was going to be different and he was going to change like everyone does. But he never did, and the abuse got worse and worse. And after having my baby, I developed a wound sepsis, which he said he went through. His body experienced it. Actually, I have a lot of people is because of my wound sepsis. I had a wound nurse that had to test me every second day and to be fact reoperated, and this man took me to court. I was in court for 2 years, but I feel like the court system failed me. The reason being is because knowing he was an alcoholic, a drug addict, a narcissist, they still gave him joint custody to my son. And today, I still live with trauma because he is allowed access to my son. Every alternate days, sleepovers every week, 15-minute phone call every single day is a video call, which traumatizes and harasses me. I'm trying to deal with it, and I'm trying to accept it, but it is very hard. It is very hard to move on. Emotionally, I've isolated myself. I do not want to speak to people. This is not who I am. I was the most public, happiest, chunky person you would ever have met. I don't want to be with people. I don't want to see people. I want to be, I just want to be alone. I want to be isolated. And through that, I had 5 miscarriages, which he said was my fault. So I'm really sorry for for all those that are going through pain and hurt. And I know there's so much more that the justice system can do for us. They can, but are we allowed? How much can we go? And this is why I started this, or I want to do this, is because they need to understand and see, like we said, it's not a male or female, but they need to understand that we are crying for our children. We are crying for our children. I want my child to be in a safe place. And when my child comes back home and his father tells him that your mom's going to be, or he takes him for a visit to a cemetery and says your mom's going to be there soon and we'll go and give her some flowers now and again. It kills me. It kills me every time. It kills me every time that he threatens my son to say he's going to take him away from me. So what justice is there? And yeah, it's just all I want to say.
Thank you. Ladies, gentlemen, first of all, my name is Sharon Ryan. I have been in the, I am a master life coach. I am many things and I do many things in this. The bottom line is I deal in trauma reframing. And trauma, you know, people have a very misguided perception of what trauma is. People think trauma simply comes from being held up or being hijacked or being abused physically or sexually, but no, not at all. We all humans experience trauma on some level or the other, and where it starts is in childhood. I want you all, every single one of us here, to take a moment to honor ourselves. Wherever we are in life, whatever it is that we are experiencing, we are no less than anybody else. We have strength, we have courage, and we have a level of bravery within ourselves that we just haven't recognized yet. Because no one's taken us on a journey to show us what we are truly made of. And so today we're going to go to a depth that's going to discover a little bit of what that is. But it's not even the tip of the iceberg. But it's a start. It's a start to a journey within yourself. Because the truth is, you are alone. As much as you have all of us, as much as we all have each other, as much as we are here for each other today, threaded by pain and the community that it creates, when we leave here, we all leave alone, right? When we walk back into the spaces that we call ours every day, we are alone. And we need to shift. Not we need to, we are going to shift that space. Because alone doesn't necessarily mean lonely. And yet that is how we all feel here today. No? Am I?
Yes.
Right? So we're going to shift that space from where aloneness doesn't necessarily mean alone. What aloneness means is a space where I can be me and exert the power that exists within me. Because I have that. I am that. And so this is where the journey starts today. I want to shift an understanding today, a very basic understanding of words and language. Words have power. A power that we are never taught about. And how we use those words, how we speak to ourselves, how we speak to each other, how we communicate, there is power in that. So the use of language is a very powerful tool. And it's the first powerful tool that each of us have. Because we are communicating every day on a daily basis. Even if you are isolated, you're not talking to other people, you don't want to be seen, you don't want to be social, it doesn't matter. Because the most important conversation is happening where?
Within with yourself.
Absolutely. And where is it happening with yourself? Say it louder. Where is it happening?
Your head.
In your head. In my head. Say that. In my head.
In my mind.
Right. And what am I saying to myself? What am I telling myself? Naeema shared a story. We all have a story. What story are we telling ourselves? Is it a story that empowers us every day? That gives us strength and courage and motivates us and inspires us? Or is it just a tape recorder that's running on repeat? And telling us a story that keeps us in a certain space. See, our power, nobody can make you do something. If I come here now and if I say, jump up and down. Jump up and down.
Why?
See? Because I said so, jump up and down. Why would, if I had a gun to your head, would you jump up and down?
Probably.
Right?
Probably.
But how often do people hold a gun to our head to make us do things? So in that moment when her life wasn't threatened, she made a choice. She was like, no, I'm not jumping up and down just because you said so. Right? But are we held at gunpoint every day? Is our life threatened every single day, in every single moment? Sure, we've all had certain experiences where we feel like this is it. Our life is being threatened in this moment.
Yes, literally, yes, on a daily basis, not physically a gun holding, but literally a gun. We get it every day. We get it every day. I get it every day, personally.
Okay.
Not like a person holding a gun, but literally holding, you feel.
Like you try.
So who's holding the gun?
You're a prisoner.
So who's holding the gun?
Environment plays a very important role.
So are you
Where you
feeling
live,
100%?
the people that you associate yourself with. You try and you make boundaries or create boundaries to okay, I will greet that person again. And you try you want to run and hide, you don't want to make a conversation because that person is their way of thinking and putting things in context. You always want to cause a conflict, misunderstanding.
Okay.
Misunderstanding can be taken in so many different. So literally, basically, we live with. I'm speaking for myself personally. I feel I live with a gun every day tonight. With the way people interact and the way people speak.
And what choice do you
Like,
have
for
in
example,
that environment?
Like coming to this workshop today, and prior to this going for another occasion last week, I was asked, why don't I get invited for functions like this? Asking me yesterday.
And why not?
Well, if they wanted to make themselves,
Did you in fact?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So you don't think there would be benefit in that?
I wouldn't say they wouldn't be benefiting, but I didn't know whether everyone was invited to this workshop. So it wasn't my call and my place to invite them, if I can put it that way. It would have been nice it would actually be nice, maybe we could do another workshop with the place that we live in, to do it for the people, our little community. Maybe it'll open up some people's minds and how they treat people on a daily basis.
Everything's possible, right?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. See, so even when there isn't literally a gun to your head, we still feel like we live in that space, right? Like we are forced to do things. We don't, it doesn't register that we have a choice, that we can make a different choice, that we can make a different decision. So, we've experienced the past, right? But where's the past? Can we see the past?
No, it's gone. It's gone.
Can we do anything about it? Can we change it? Can we rewrite the story?
No.
So, do we have any power here?
Yes.
Here, in the past? If we can't change it, rewrite the story, revisit it, if we can't do any of those things, what power do we have to? What power do we have there? This is the future. Has anyone seen it yet? Can anyone show me the way there? Anyone know anything about this? No, right? So what do we only have this. And what is that? That is right here, right now. But here's what's so interesting about now. Everything that you are feeling now is a result of what?
Of your past.
Yes, thank you. So is the past really behind you? Is it there?
No. No.
Where is it?
Present. It's in the now.
There you go. There is no such thing as a past. It's a myth. Because if you are feeling it here, it's still happening to you. And it's happening right here, right now. Because everything you think, speak, do, is going to manifest here. Your future is what lies ahead. What lies ahead? The next moment, the next minute. Not tomorrow, not next month, next year, next week. No. Your future is the next second. If in this second I think I'm a victim, what am I in the future? If in this second, welcome, welcome. If in this second I'm thinking that I am a victim, what am I in the future?
Victim.
If I think I am voiceless, what am I?
Voice.
If I think I'm hopeless,
Hopeless.
helpless,
Helpless.
there we go. Do you see the power of words? In every second, the power of that word that we are using as we talk to ourselves, as we tell our story. What are we doing? What kind of future are we creating? Does the future that we create from that space, does it not just keep our now going
100%.
round and round and round? So now, I've spoken now for how many, maybe 30 seconds, 60 seconds, but in those 60 seconds, we're still in now. We've never shifted from now. We're always going to be in now. And in this now, we're always going to be creating our future. But we're never going to get to the future because there is no such thing. The past and the future are all only right here, right now. Every thought, word, and deed. What am I thinking? What am I saying? What am I doing? Because what I think, what I say, and what I do comes from where? Comes from how. So that takes us down the rabbit hole again. What am I feeling? The very things you try to run away from, that, just think about it, those words, run away. If I'm running away from it, what does it mean?
Something's chasing you.
There we go. So as long as I'm running,
Same.
something's chasing me.
Following.
When do I stop running? Is it chasing me because I'm running, or am I running because it's chasing me? Is there even a right answer to that question?
And every time we run away, we don't deal with the issue at hand.
Thank you. Which means we are not, that big word, we are not So the first step to any process is to acknowledge the existence of something, whatever that thing is we're trying to deal with. Here, that thing is pain. Today, that thing is pain. And we need to acknowledge our pain. For too long, we've resisted, right? And where has it got us?
Right.
We push it down, we mask it, we cover it up, we pretend we're fine, we pretend we're okay. And are we?
You know what, Sharon, and sometimes it's not just our fault that we resisting it, because we come from families where you've never been able to speak about it. Because if you say that, you know what, I am in pain, you actually considered to be a weak person in your family. How do you, and we've never had the opportunity to go through trauma counseling and go and speak to us, see a therapist, because in the community where I come from, in the colored community, and this is not about race, we've never been able to share our feelings in certain households, and I don't blame my parents for it, because when you look back, nobody has ever taught them this is how you share, this is how you deal, so how could they teach us things that they've never been?
100%.
So, okay, we're here today.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We're coming to learn.
Yes.
But if I walk out of here and I take my notebook and put it in this carrier bag and put it in my bedroom somewhere, and I don't stick up the first page and use the tools, the knowledge that I've gained. If I don't use the tools, I'm still going to be stuck where I'm at.
100%.
So it may be that we pick up nuggets of knowledge every day, but what do we do with it? Do we choose to apply it, or do we just choose to put it aside? So hence I'm saying there are things, there's certain things that resonate with you as a person, and if you see this thing is speaking to me and it can work for me, then you should apply it. So that's what I'm saying.
Thank you for sharing that. What does application require?
Action.
Yes.
Action, and I think also the fear of the unknown. We become so accustomed, or we get comfortable marinating in our pain, and me having to get up and actually, it's going to change my whole world, and I don't know what I'm going to get when I decide to wake up and go and do whatever I need to do.
100%. Thank you so much for sharing that, because that's also a very important point, which we cannot get to in this workshop, but in future workshops we definitely will get to, because this hole is deep, right? It's a rabbit hole. It's not something we can do in one afternoon.
Now I just wanted to say that in most cases, the people that actually cause you the pain, and especially when it comes to domestic violence, it's always the people that you intimately know. Of course. And the pain is caused by family, so we have this, we feel obligated, you know what, not to upset the apple cart, not deal with it, we rather protect those people. But we underestimate the hurt and the harm that we cause to ourselves.
There you go.
So we automatically and unconsciously become what?
People pleasers.
Hmm?
People pleasers.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Victims.
And you know what, it comes from not putting ourselves first, because we grow up in homes where when we say I, it's considered to be selfish. Why do you put yourself first? You need to get up, you need to just carry on with life, irrespective of the challenges bring, irrespective of what you've been through, because now you've got children from that relationship. So you're considered to be weak as a mother, as a human being, and we've never really been conditioned, you know what, this is about me, I want to change the course of my destiny. And then what actually happens, the cycle doesn't really stop, because we're just carrying on. We've got now boys that become young adults, the cycle just carries on and on and on, because we haven't really dealt with it.
You're absolutely right. What's your name, darling?
Felicia.
Felicia, I'm very happy to meet you. I'm Sharon.
This is you in
Because this is where you're going to learn. That the only way to be selfless is to be selfish. Because if your cup don't runneth over, you have nothing to give anyone.
So it's all about what am I taking away from here today, and what am I going to do with the information going forward? How am I going to apply it in my life?
Yes.
Who agrees with that? Yes. Who agrees with that?
Guys,
Yes.